Thanks for joining us here on Sunrise. This is a live look of what you're waking up to right now. Rain coming down pretty hard in certain spots here around the Twin Cities Metro. Mobile 11 is out on the roads here. You can see the downtown, and yeah, the wipers are active this morning. So we, of course, will be checking in with Mobile 11 throughout the morning. We also have a photographer on the way to 58th Street near Pillsbury Avenue in Richfield. We got this video earlier when our Mobile 11 spotted a fallen tree on top of a car, and it appeared to have a power line down as well. So, of course, a lot of people are going to be waking up to different situations here across the metro.
And speaking of power lines, we're tracking lots of outages here in the metro. As of a few minutes ago, more than 25,000 Xcel customers are without power.
Oh, so let's get to John for more on this weather. I'm looking in the backyard, still coming down.
Yeah, it is still raining there. That leading edge with all the lightning and that wind is what obviously did the damage here. Not from severe thunderstorms, but it doesn't always have to be severe. And you could see that leading edge is now going into Eau Claire, but still very strong line here. That went through the metro about an hour ago. Now the metro is going to go into this yellow and green. It's going to be just a consistent rain for about 2 to 3 hours. A very wet morning. That first band always brings the strongest wind gusts is right before the rain begins. That is now moving through Owatonna. You can see Red Wing. You guys are up next here. Red Wing, Rochester for that strong line of storms. I took off lightning, but Cannon Falls and Hastings, I know it's lightning there. Now, as you get back to 212 and over towards Highway 5, things are starting to quiet down. It's just more of a consistent rain. That's also 94 and 10 and 169 up towards Elk River. It's raining, but that worst of it, the worst part of the rain is to the north. But behind it, see Wilmer, Redwood Falls, still raining. So we got to track this all the way through the metro. Looks like it's going to be a pretty wet commute, Cece.
Oh, for sure. Good morning. No matter where you are in the metro, you can't go out the door this morning without seeing some wet roads. I'll show you some examples of that if you haven't looked out the door yet. 494 here in the West Metro. We're also seeing some wet roads in the East Metro. Here's a live look at 94. You know, all morning I've only seen one accident out there. It was on Highway 100. That's cleared, but just a reminder to take it slow this morning. Have your windshield wipers on, and there's some slick spots out there still too for sure. So drive with caution. Coming up when I see you next, there's some road work happening in the Snelling area between St. Paul and Roseville. So I have some detours for you and how you can avoid those road projects happening. I'll have more on that in a few minutes. Jason.
All right. As Cece said, be careful on the roadways this morning. Thank you. And as John mentioned, this morning's rain is just the start of a very, very wet week.
Yeah, this week and this morning, cities are trying to get ahead of the flooding as water rises on local rivers. Our Audrey Russo is about 30 minutes west of us here in Minneapolis, where Highway 123 is closed this morning. Audrey.
Alicia, Jason, that's right. It feels very unfortunate to be standing out here right now. The rain has just picked back up. Lightning is gone, which is positive, but you can take a look here at Highway 123. You can see the water level rising on either side. It's pretty moist out here. And this closure is between Watertown and Mayer, and it's all because of this high water. There's a lot of concern that it could flood the roadway. Take a quick look at this map. We can show you the exact area of concern along the South Fork Crow River. It stretches all the way up to Delano, and it's highlighted in light green on that map. And pretty much the concern here is that the river is going to reach major flood stage by the end of the week. Right now, according to the National Weather Service, it's at about 14.5 feet, but they believe it could reach 19.5 feet by week's end. Now, this is a major page turn from the last 2 years. We've been in drought for 2 years, and now obviously we're not anymore. And that's why Carver County officials are reminding drivers to turn around, not drown. They're reminding drivers that all it takes is about 6 inches of water to pick up a car and sweep it away in any flash flooding. So just something important to remember. And here's another deterrent for you. Take a look at this road sign behind me, road closed. According to Minnesota state law, if you drive around one of those signs, you could face a penalty of up to $1,000. So if you're back out here on Highway 123 and you need to get somewhere else, you're not going to be able to get above Highway 7. So the alternate routes are Highway 25 and Highway 21. Now, coming up in our next half hour, we're going to hear from some residents on how this feast or famine situation with the rain is shaking out for them this summer. But obviously, Jason, Alicia, it's rather soggy out here.
All right, get dry. Audrey Russo reporting live in Mayor for us. We appreciate you. And of course, stay on top of the weather today. Make sure you scan the QR code you see on your screen to download our KARE 11 weather app if you haven't done so already. This is going to give you live updates, radar, and custom forecasts whenever you want. It's free in any app store.
Well, time now 6:06, and happening this morning, a final goodbye to fallen Minneapolis police officer Jamal Mitchell. At 10 a.m. our time, he'll be laid to rest in his hometown in New Haven, Connecticut. In the last 8 hours, the Minneapolis Police Federation announced that 50 MPD officers and 20 Minneapolis Police Honor Guard officers will be there after raising enough money through GoFundMe. The foundation is thanking everyone who helped make it all possible. They're also asking for continued donations to build a memorial at the 5th Precinct to honor Officer Mitchell's sacrifice.
This morning, we're learning more about an incident in Minneapolis last week where police shot and killed an armed man. We now know the victim's name was Michael Ristow, and he lived in Minneapolis. Police say he was holding a gun and refused to put it down. The BCA is also releasing information about the 3 officers who fired their weapons. Their experience with the force ranges from almost 2 years to 5 years. They are all on leave, which is standard procedure.
A man is in custody this morning after police say he stole at least 2 cars, leading to a chase and a crash. Bloomington police say it started yesterday afternoon in Shakopee, where he allegedly stole a car at knife point. The Shakopee officers started to chase him, but then called it off. Bloomington officers say they got involved when the man allegedly stabbed someone at a gas station at 98th and Normandale and took that person's car. State Patrol says he later caused a 3-car crash on Highway 100 near 42nd Avenue in Robbinsdale. There, he allegedly tried to steal another car, but wasn't successful. That's when he ran into the woods and officers arrested him. No one in the crash was hurt. A person stabbed in Bloomington is expected to survive.
Right now, an 8-year-old boy and his mom are fighting for their lives 36 hours after a gunman opened fire at a splash pad in Michigan. 7 other people were shot. The youngest victim is just 4 years old. They all are expected to be okay. Officials say the suspect got out of his car and started shooting at people swimming. Right now, investigators believe this was a random attack. Investigators found the suspect dead at his home from a self-inflicted gunshot wound just a half-mile from the scene.
Well, back here at home at the University of Minnesota, an off-campus safety center will open this fall in the Marcy Homes neighborhood. That's one of the campus safety improvements the U of M Board of Regents discussed at their meeting on Friday. The goal here is to boost U of M PD's presence in the neighborhoods where many students live. The university police chief says they will continue to have officers work overtime shifts in Dinkytown this summer, which they credit for reducing violent crime from 2022. Now, the board also discussed expanding alcohol sales at sporting events on campus over the next 3 years. This would include adding canned cocktails to the menu at 4 sports facilities. It would also add a full-service bar to suites and club-level seating. A final decision is expected next month.
3608 on